I'm testing. Just want to do a test. All right, so we got that worked out. I wasn't going to play tonight, but I had a few minutes, so I may be on for half an hour or longer.
In truth, I wasn't even sure it existed.
Tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm going to be playing a game called Best Month Ever. I really like those story-driven games, and since all of our role-playing games with turn-based is few and far between. Let's see, where am I going on here? Okay. Well, you know, I think it's going to be pretty interesting. I don't really know what it's about. From my understanding, it's about a mother who is dying. What am I doing? I don't know what they did, but this game is looking beautiful. I feel like I came here already.
I can't resist a passageway that leads to the unknown.
Right? Aren't I in the correct area? It's the palace. Yeah. Maybe in the wrong place. Actually, I am in the wrong place. But we're here. No. Somewhere else. I did this already. How am I supposed to get up there?
I am not afraid of you.
I'm pretty much to the point that I'm going about this the wrong way.
I know I'm the only merchant in Relenthil. So why are you my first customer today? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yes, I think I'll keep that. Not sure why. So I'm still learning my way around Twitch. What I am looking for is a way to be able to watch my chat. I respond to you in chat while I'm streaming from my Xbox. I also have to figure out how to do it when I'm streaming from the PC. This might be actually, it might actually be pretty good. I'll give it a shot. Wow. Wow. This would be a cool set to collect. You are what? First of the Blue? Alright. Whatever. Okay. What am I looking for? Okay, so you're still active. I'm gonna change you. Okay. I something weird is happening in my house. And I'm not exactly for sure what's going on. Let's change your personality, because that's annoying. Steve Duchess Commander. No, let's do that. Let's do. I want to the Duchess. Alright, let's stick with these. No. Wait a minute, where am I? Oh, I really am lost. Really? Are you kidding me?
Let's hit the trail.
You son of a biscuit. Where am I supposed to be going to? Yeah. And here. And now it's lazy. I remember this. This is where you have to save the privates.
Victory is
Let's see.
cruel. Defeat is worse.
I was going to say the lizards are missing.
For glory! That's over with, I suppose.
I bet you I had to meet with that lady, and that's why the quest isn't starting here. Alright, let's try this again.
A thousand pardons, but the Battle Reeve requires your prompt appearance at the Proxy Queen's court.
The heck?
Battle Reeve Cannolina requests your presence at the Royal Palace. There is a situation developing and you have come highly recommended, or so we have been led to believe. There are eager ears everywhere, so keep your voice low. The situation involves Sea Slode. The Battle Reeve has been informed that you dispatched one of the foul creatures. I find that implausible, but as a lowly squire, my opinion doesn't matter. I can tell you that the Battle Reeve sent 3 adventurers and a squad of marines to determine the extent of the problem. After an initial report, contact with the group was lost. What the Battle Reeve will ask of you, well, that's for her to impart.
Keel Splitter? These sailors and their pet names.
So good to see a fellow Ultima step forward in our time of need. You're here about the contract work, I presume? It's a sad day indeed when the Divine Prosecution requires outside help. But these are tumultuous times. With the army engaged on foreign shores and so many visitors on our island, our resources are stretched thin. Hence the contracts. Each assignment varies in scope, but all assume a certain level of danger. Some can be completed alone, but others will need allies to complete. You'll be asked to dispatch dangerous creatures, investigate suspicious activity. Those sorts of tasks. In accordance with our current regulations, each deputized citizen may accept a single contract from each Justicia every day. You are encouraged, of course, to check back regularly for new assignments. Does this kind of work appeal to you? Very well. I hereby authorize you to execute duties on behalf of the Divine Prosecution. Seek Justiciars, Farewell and Tenorian for your first assignments. They handle the administration of all contracts. Go speak to Farewell and Tenorian. They can set you up with contracts and get you right to work.
You don't get to ask these questions
The
first.
Divine Prosecution is a division
Explain
of the
to
Queen's
me what it
Thelmore,
is.
charged with enforcing secular and religious law through Somerset. We investigate corruption and crime and adjudicate legal disputes. Your assignments will reflect this broad scope. Justicia Tenorian's contracts can be handled by a single agent, while Justicia Farewell's assignments require a group to eradicate the dangerous beasts she cares about. And at some point talk to Battle Reeve Tanaline about specialized missions. The Divine Prosecution is a division of...
The Office of Divine Prosecution requires strong-minded assistance. Ah, there you are. I see you've been deputized by Chief Justiciar Carwin. It's quite exciting to see so many newcomers taking an interest in our little project. Now, I expect you're ready for your first assignment. We've seen a precipitous rise in the sale and exchange of forbidden books, and not just the coarse literature from the mainland. I'm talking about something dangerous. Worm cult tomes. Needless to say, we can't have books like that floating about. No. A colleague of mine, Esulo, has already seen to that. He just needs some help ensuring the books are safely removed from Somerset. You'll find him in Golden Griffin, at the bar, no doubt. The Divine Prosecution doesn't pay until the contract is complete, so get back to it. Sorry if I seem cagey. Members of the Sijic Order value their privacy. Esulo most of all. You'll find that he's always quite engaged and doesn't like to be disturbed. That said, he's been invaluable in tracking down the Worm King's books. He made contact with me. I thought it odd given my junior position in the prosecution, but he was very insistent. He said I was perfect because I am pliable and eager to please. Backhanded compliments, but compliments nonetheless.
Buy and sell here and now.
Cloudrest destroyed by shadows. Could it be true? You have the look of a traveler. Tell me, have you heard news of Cloudrest, the city within the mountains of Etonir? My mother is there, and I feel she may be in danger. Bad dreams? A great darkness devouring Cloudrest as it filled the streets. My mother's last letter spoke of the Welkanars capturing the sea-slowed Zamaj just a few days ago. If there's anything powerful enough to destroy a city, it's a slowed. Yes, I'm afraid I do. Could you travel to Cloudrest and seek out my mother, Bellerin? I must warn you, though, should my dreams be true, such a journey may come at great risk. You'll want to gather many allies by your side before heading off.
I see something within you, a glistening jewel ready to be polished, a passion teeming with brilliance, though not yet realized. Tell me, do you wish to be certified in jewelry crafting? A certification will allow you to fulfill jewelry crafting rites. But first, you must demonstrate an understanding of the fundamentals. Create for me a simple ring. Yes, that task will be suitable to show me your craft.
Welcome, traveler. It's so good to see a member of the proper progeny grace these halls. We've had so many others since the Queen's decree.
You know, why should I support you?
Some say gold can't buy happiness. It seems to me they just don't know where to shop.
Ah, you've arrived at last. Come, join me. I assume that my friend in the Divine Prosecution, Justiciar Tenorian, provided you with the details? Or should I say, the details he was privy to? The tap hand called it a stout of Orcish origin, I believe. I have no idea why they would name a drink after a short and goodly man, but it's delicious. This is beer? Fascinating. I was under the impression that all beer was fetid swill. I've spent centuries in quiet study, but it seems I still have much more to learn. Ah, you've arrived. I do. Books penned by the Worm King himself. The Divine Prosecution is eager to see these tomes driven out of Somerset, but they move too hastily. Clumsy prohibitions and graceless raids only make these books more valuable to collectors. You must lock them away in the Trader's Vault, a forbidden ruin on our Isle of Atreum. I would do it myself, but I am woefully unprepared for fights with undead horrors. A Sigic's power lies in quiet study, not flashing steel. You understand? Manimarco spent his youth experimenting in the vault, and by all accounts, he guarded his works jealously, storing his books in warded chests. If you place these tomes in the appropriate chests, they should be safe from would-be necromancers. Very little, and that's by design. Even now, 300 years later, Manimarco's influence lingers over that place. The air is thick with the smell of old books and rot. It is a place of evil, pure and simple. Some have tried. It always goes poorly. The Right Master decided it would be best to just lock it away and forget it. Not a popular choice in some circles, but we Psijics are nothing if not patient. The tap hand called it a stout.
It's true. No rest for the weary.
This little ode is a lesson you best heed. Now a story unfolds upon a pitiful mold. 'Twas made to thrive on wrath. This unsightly staff was a trickster's last laugh. Long after his battle was fought. Sundering, if you were wondering, when the heaven dropped out of the sky, they hit with a thud and gave birth to the mud, making up this mortal style. Well, a hell of a mess, but I digress. My story's about the swine. What took root in this land were seeds called man that sprung up like fungus from grime. Their lives may be short and lacking import, but keep an eye to their blundering. It's tempting to jest about this simple pest. That's until you've seen their plundering. Oh, when men bound to the doom drum sound, you'll learn what the corpse god wrought. Trinimac didn't know with his final blow just how badly he'd been caught. I don't mean to forebode, but this little ode is a lesson you best heed.
How can Rigert negotiate peace if stupid high... Most excellent to be seeing you again, my bestest friend. It is me, Rigert. The Ebonheart Pact sent me to extend a branch of peace to snooty, rude, and very tall High Elf peoples. Unfortunately, my mission has ended before it has even begun. The Glorious Pact sent Rigert to bargain with Queen Irene, to use my considerable charms to woo High Elves to talk of peace and an end to the Three Banners War. I even brought gifts to bestow upon the pretty queen. But Rigert has failed. Again. These tall, skinny elves, they have so many rules. Did you know Queen Irene isn't even on Somerset? And to get an audience with her proxy queen requires some sort of proper introduction. Vindilwyn won't let me set foot in the palace without one. You would help Rigert? That makes my heart dance like young ones at a Mara's Day ball. Speak to Courtier Vindilwyn and find out how we get one of these proper High Elf introductions. Remember, I brought gifts. That's sure to open a few doors. Rigert is the bestest ambassador in all of Skyrim. Sometimes I think the Nord Cultural Exchange was created just to take advantage of my talents and inaptitudes. I think that was the word the Thane used. Anyway, Rigert has come to end the war. The Three Banners War. Terrible business. I was drinking at the Skald King's court when I mentioned how silly it was to fight over an empty throne. Next morning, they put me on a boat and sent me here. Rigert always gets the most important missions. If we can get an audience with her, or her proxy queen, I will certainly try. An ongoing war with no end in sight can't be good for either side. Plus, what's to tell? Vindilwyn's a self-important royal lackey who thinks her armpits smell like fresh linen. If the snooty High Elves have ministers of culture, then Vindilwyn is definitely their king. Go talk to her and see for yourself. Oh, such treasures I brought. Gifts that any Nord would kill for, and many have. I brought wonderments from the vaults of Windhelm, a depressing stuffed goat, Dibella's bosom knight favor, and essence of mammoth. Something every virile man and woman can appreciate. This bust of Dibella, god of beauty and erotic instruction, holds a place of honor in many Nord bedchambers. Its presence makes nightly activities more invigorating. Irene will love it. An excellent treasure. This was King Yoren's prized pet Badir, known for her bravery. She once faced down a horde of rampaging orcs. The Skald King stuffed and mounted her for display, but found it too depressing to keep on the mantle. Oh, this one is popular with maidens and matrons who can afford it. The alchemists of Windhelm crafted this expensive fragrance for use on special occasions. Who wouldn't want to smell like wet mammoth on a warm spring day, eh? Rigert is the bestest ambassador in all of Skyrim. Sometimes I think the Nord Cultural Exchange was created just to take advantage of my talents and inaptitudes. I think that was the word the Thane used. Anyway, Rigert has come to end the war.
You poor man. But I like running into Rigert. He's a fun one to do quests for.
Did I see you with that nod? You really need to reconsider the company you keep. An audience with the proxy queen for a nod? Well, an introduction requires certain documents. A recommendation from the appropriate Sapiarch, for example, as well as an audit from the Divine Prosecution. And perhaps a small favor for me. A crude yet accurate analogy. Get Sapiarch Tandeman to provide a recommendation, and Justiciar Rolamdel to give Rigot a legal writ validating his credentials. Then, as a favor to me, acquire a pair of tickets to Thespian Enigma's next performance. More. You newcomers just seem to want and want and want. Very well. Which of these very necessary items would you like to ask about? Ah, the beautiful and mysterious Enigma. I am a true admirer of her work. The Thespian might be the House of Reveries best. I certainly think so. And so do a lot of others, based on the scarcity of tickets. I expect you can find her in Relenthiel.
Oh, jeez.
That's for you to solve. If Rigot actually wants to see the proxy queen, that is. Dealing with Enigma shouldn't be much different from dealing with the others. She is a high elf, after all. Favors go a long way, even at the House of Reveries. Tandenman is the Sapiarch of Foreign Observations. He's Somerset's leading expert on the cultures that aren't Altmer. He's excited about the Queen's decree, as he finally gets to meet outsiders face to face. You can find him here in Alinor. You'll have to ask the Sapiarch. Perform a favor of some sort, I suppose. Nothing too outrageous. Probably he'll want some help interviewing the mass of newcomers flocking to our shores. Now, if there's nothing else, Rolamdel serves as an officer of the Divine Prosecution, enforcing both secular and religious law. He'll provide a legal writ that confirms Rigot's diplomatic credentials. For a small favor, of course. You can find him in Lilandril. Favors are the currency of power here in Somerset. But don't concern yourself too much about it. Rolamdel will probably just want help with some minor legal matter or another. Nothing that you and the Nord won't be able to handle.
A new face in the court, and how pleasant and interesting it is. We do appreciate the return of our brothers and sisters to the Blessed Isle, even if our nobles count you among the other newcomers. Now then, what business brings you to the palace?
Civic order? We have not heard from that body of August sages in quite some time, and then word comes that we should expect a visitor. Why does the Right Master send you to see the Sapiarchs? Speak true if you want our assistance in this matter. Ah, the business that Razumdar spoke of. We assumed the Queen's cat exaggerated. He does purr as well as he growls. Very well. We'll send word to Lilandril to give you access to the college. Just tell the Right Master we expect to see him soon.
Of course. We have nothing else to do but talk about the many wonders of the Blessed Isle. Let us tell you all about the Sapiarchs, the Divine Prosecution, Altmer recipes, and perhaps even the schedule of performance for the House of Reveries.
You do? It's good we consider you as charming as you are interesting. The Sapiarchs teach us and guide us, bringing their knowledge to every part of Altmer society. Their compound in Lilandril serves as the seat of their college.
Of course, and we shall alert the Portal Master to accommodate you. Once inside, seek out Lana Teal, Sapiarch of Arcanology. She leads the college and should hear the Right Master's warning. For an Altmer, you have much to learn, newcomer.
Alright, I gotta do something.
There's something wonderful about wandering a city's streets with no destination.
I agree.
I have no time to deal with whatever issue concerns you, newcomer. I recently received word that all of Somerset faces an imminent threat from a source we believed had disappeared long ago. Of course, you must be the newcomer the Queen's cat told me about. If you really killed a sea slode, then you might be just what I need to keep the situation from completely spinning out of my control. Will you help defend Somerset? A group of adventurers volunteered to investigate the possible incursion. I received a single report that indicated they were making progress, but that was the last I heard from them. Kynar, Grog, and Miria seem capable enough, but Sea Slode... The mage Kynar radiated an air of confidence, as did the Red Guard Miria. They seemed extremely competent. The orc, though, Grog, I think he called himself, appeared to be in a constant state of inebriation. Drunk! He was as intoxicated as a Nord on festival day. I took a chance because the situation seemed desperate, and by the stars it appears that I'm going to do so again. For all our sakes, I hope you don't disappoint me too. Frankly,
Well, you can do
I
it
thought
yourself.
sea slodes were just a myth. Other than the report from Razumdar, I have no solid evidence of this so-called incursion. That said, the disappearance of Kynar and the Marines I sent out has given me cause for concern. The mage Kynar radiated an air of confidence. Drunk! Without more information, there's no target to attack. Besides, I don't have an army at my disposal right now. The majority of our forces are committed to the continent and the Three Banners War. I must rely on the forces at hand.
What is that noise?
As I have said, the Proxy Queen is unable to hold an audience with petitioners at this time. There are other affairs that require her attention.
And when will your ever-busy Proxy Queen see us?
Does she even intend on receiving our petitions? Or does she cast us aside like the rest of you high elves?
Many affairs compete for the Proxy Queen's attention. The complaints of newcomers do not rank as a matter of priority, simply put.
How dare you dismiss me, as though I was some commoner? I refuse to leave this spot until my petition is heard.
I hope you aren't here about anything important. My schedule is completely full. I couldn't possibly squeeze you in before the mid-year Mud Crab Festival. A recommendation? I'll have you know that I don't just throw those together in a slapdash fashion. A recommendation must be researched and carefully considered. I can't be too cautious when it comes to endorsing new arrivals. Vindilween? Why didn't you say so?
If you can acquire items of cultural significance from the newcomers, say something from a Khajiit, a Breton, and an Argonian, I might be persuaded to write a recommendation for Ambassador Rigert. As a matter of fact, I do. The Khajiit's name is Urjara. Exotic, don't you think? Henri Ondare is the Breton, and the Argonian calls herself Grayscale. Bring me something that belongs to them and reflects their cultures, and then we can talk.
Can I just steal this? Oops. I am stealing. Right. Where's the other ones?
Now you've done it.
Who saw me? Alright, I think I'm going to end it here. Because I found out if you ever run up warrants, if you just turn off the game and wait an hour and come back, you don't have to pay the fine. Well, it might not be too helpful, but usually when this happens, I'm ready to shut down the game anyway. So tomorrow I'm going to try playing Best Month Ever. I still don't have a schedule yet for when I'm going to start streaming because my days fluctuate a lot. But hey, there you have it. Hope to see you soon. If you haven't liked or followed, please do. And once I figured out how to have chat, I'll be able to talk with you. Have a great day.